So, uh, welcome back. I know it's been a few weeks since I posted uh, one of my videos, but there's a reason for that. I just got out of jail. So I went to jail July 12th. Uh, was arrested for doing nothing but being in my car, minding my own business. Uh, Harassed by the police as I usually am. And this has been a every night type of situation. Um, and I just got out of jail. It's been about a little over 3 weeks that I've been in jail, the Oklahoma County Jail. Uh, you know what? To be honest with you, it's best to avoid Oklahoma altogether. I would not advise anybody moving here. I just got released from the jail, and I was talking to a whole bunch of people that were in the jail cell, and they were talking about how uh, they never had been arrested before they moved to Oklahoma, and I was like, me too. You know what I mean? Like, you moved to Oklahoma, and they were going to arrest you for something. They're going to pull you over, stop you for something, arrest you, and if they can't find something, they're going to make it up. You know what I mean? Like they did to me. I got and I'm gonna get the body cam footage from the officers because I have to fight my case now. I got to go to a jury trial, but end up getting tased, and they charged me with 3 counts of assault and battery on a police officer, and they charged me with uh, possession of marijuana, which I have a medical card for. You know what I mean? So they're just searching for something to accuse me of. Accuse me of drug paraphernalia. You know what I mean? And so they have nothing on me. And sometimes, when they don't have anything on you, sometimes they just make it up. And the officer that tased me said I hit him with my door when I came out my car, which is a complete lie. Complete lie. He tased me. You know what I mean? I was transported to the hospital where you got 3 officers holding me down. I got taser probes in my body, and so they had to, get the taser probes out of me before they locked me up and throw me in the jail. So they had to clear me, and as I'm in jail, they're holding me down. You know what I mean? And I'm angry, and I'm like, get the hell off of me. What the hell is wrong with y'all people? You know what I mean? And this is what I got to deal with. So I advise everyone to stay clear of Oklahoma, because they're going to lock you up for something. Driving in your car, they're going to pull you over and assume, they're going to look at a brother like me and automatically assume that something's going on and escalate. And, anybody who tries to assert their constitutional rights gets a taser pulled on them, you know what I mean, and jumped on and arrested. And I got, fortunately now my fingers are not black and blue because they had the cuffs on my fingers so tight, and my fingers started turning black and blue. I still got some wounds on my body, but just an update. I'm going to talk about this a little more because this is my story, right? And I have to share what my story is with the world, and so, but they arrested me. I didn't have any shoes on. You know what I mean? Because I'm sitting in my car. I have my sandals off. You know what I mean? When they roll up on me, start flashing the flashlight in my face, and I'm like, hey man, get the flashlight in my face. What the hell is wrong with you? You know what I mean? The officer was like, no. I jump out my car. You know what I mean? Like, angry because they didn't identify themselves. They say that they identified themselves in the police affidavit. That's a complete lie. They didn't identify themselves. They perjure themselves with their own court documents. And so he didn't identify himself. He lied and said I hit him in the chest with my car door. He was nowhere even near my car door when he pulled the taser on me, tased me in the chest. You know what I mean? So such is my life, right? Such is my life. Oppressors oppressing me for no damn reason but sitting in my car. And so I'm gonna share it. And so stay tuned. and I'm gonna get the body cam footage and I'm gonna upload it to and share it with the world. This is my story. This is my testimony. But I'm glad to be out of jail. Jail was a whole nother experience at the Oklahoma County Jail. That place needs to be shut down. Come to find out that there was a stabbing there on another floor. It had me locked in my cell. And you sleep in a toilet, right? So you drink out of a toilet, you sleep in the toilet, you eat in the toilet. So that the last 3 days, they had me in the jail cell. Couldn't even leave. You staring at a wall. I requested a Bible when I first got in there. Never saw a chaplain. Chaplain never came with the Bible. Like, if the one thing you need is God on your side and something to hold on to when you're locked in a room all by yourself with nothing to stare at but the walls, you know what I mean? Sleeping and eating in the toilet, uh, that's the only thing you got to hold on to is God. You know what I mean? But they can't strip God out of me, and so, yeah, I'm grateful to be out. But one thing I had in my mind is I gotta get the hell out of Oklahoma. You know what I mean? Anybody who's thinking about moving to Oklahoma, don't do it. They will destroy your life. The police will destroy your life. And then you got all these felonies on your record. How the heck they expect you to get a job and survive? They don't want you to survive in here. They have only one purpose, is to rape you for your money and destroy you. You know what I mean? And you know that's what it is. And so, but suffice it to say, I thank God that I'm able. They don't even let you out to see the sun. You don't get out. You don't get outside to see the sunlight at all. You're just stuck in a cell. They feed you through a little slot in the door. They pop the little slot down, feed your tray in. 5 minutes later, they're coming back, say, "Hey, give us your tray back." I'm like, "What the hell, man? I didn't even eat this yet." You know what I mean? You expect me to eat? I told the one guard, like, you treat us like a dog. Like, eat this shit, dog. You know what I mean? Eat it. Hurry up. Give us the tray back. That's how they treat you. Like you're an animal. And so, but suffice it to say, I'm out, and the only thing in my mind now is I got to get the hell out of Oklahoma. Ain't nothing good happened to me in Oklahoma. Only oppressors beating me down. I'm at Scissortail Park right now. I got arrested, a couple weeks ago. I got a court hearing on that. They fined me for trespassing in a park. The ticket says trespassing on private property. Scissortail Park is not private. It's a public park. It was like 6 o'clock and surrounded by police officers. Police officers jumping on me, beating me down in the street. You know what I mean? I'm going to get the body cam on that too. So now that I'm out, I'm going to get this body cam footage. I'm going to fight my cases and, see what happens. So join me on my adventures while I'm here. But suffice it to say, I got to get the hell out of Oklahoma, and that's what I'm looking into. I can't stay here any longer. You go to Oklahoma, they will destroy your life, period. Stay the hell out of this place.